Okay, we're gonna start this live stream and see what happens. Always got a few seconds until the notifications go out. I gotta wait till they go out and make sure we're live and then we can start. But those watching the replay or connected right now get the pregame show. I got my interview type mic here. All right, 29, 30 seconds. Let's see, we should have a notification. If we don't, I'm going to have to go to the studio and make sure it's turned on. All right. Looks like we don't have it yet. Ah, here we go. We do. Fantastic. Okay, we're live. Excellent. Okay, so let me stop the replay and okay. Now we're live. Hey everybody, MJ here. And last night, this morning early at 2:21 a.m., we had another 6.1 earthquake in Hualien, which is on the East Coast, basically that way. We're on the West Coast, and for those of you who don't know, I'm about an hour drive on the highway at 100 kilometers an hour from Taipei. Okay, so this is northwest, I would say central Taiwan. And this is the industrial park in a city called Hukou, a town called Hukou, and this is Hsinchu County. And at 2:21 a.m., earthquake struck and woke me up, woke a lot of people up. So I'm going to walk around. It's life as usual, but what I want to do is I'm going to try to see if I can find somebody. Excuse me, there's some cooking fumes. Oh my goodness. I want to see if I can find somebody that's willing to talk about their experience, you know, about what it was like being woken up, you know, and violently so. So let's do this. Let's turn the camera around. I've got quite a rig with me this morning. You're not going to believe it. Between my phone to monitor the contents and the DJI Pocket 3, and I have a tripod. So I'm going to cross the street because it's a red light for this way and a green light for me. All right, I'm going to walk over. I don't know if I can find it, but I'm going to walk over to the 7-Eleven and see if I can find somebody that will talk to me because I know the people there, but I'm just going to see if I can get one of them to come outside because I don't want to go inside. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around on me while we do this. I'm going to just do one thing real quick. I'm just going to straighten this up just a hair. Yeah, there you go. All right, let me turn this around on me. Okay, there we go. And a bunch of yeah. So here we go. We're going to go across the street here like this. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go over to the 7-Eleven and I'm going to see if I can get somebody to, see if I can get some attention from somebody to come outside and talk to me about this. They might be too busy. And yeah, let me just see something. Oh yeah. Too many customers. Too many customers. There's a lady in there that I know, but she is like so busy, and I just don't want to ask her. I don't want to ask her because I know she's too busy. So what I got is my tripod, and let me show you the neighborhood because I think it's more interesting and more important. There's no discernible damage or anything. I mean, the roads look fine. It was about a 3 here, and so if you've got like a 3 in this area, it's enough to wake you up out of bed, but usually not enough to do too much. Although some friends of mine have had some minor damage in their house, like cracked walls and so forth. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, but I'm going to leave this on. I'm going to leave this on 1:1 because it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to lower the gimbal just a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure who we can find down here, and I don't know. We'll just see what we can do. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and tell people about it because fortunately it was offshore, but the area in Taiwan that you've been hearing about, Hualien, yeah, They got it 5. That's what they got. And so the buildings that were already like damaged and people were already like really shaken up and scared. Well, they got it again. They got it again. So not too many people down here. Not too many people down here are talking. Hey. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, actually, we're live right now, bud. We're live now. So yeah, this is not a replay. This is live, brother. So yeah, you're here. That's good. I know at least one person that I can talk with, Xiaohui, but it's lunchtime and it's kind of busy. Now, I know I could have gone on like at 3 o'clock, but I got other stuff going on. But I wanted to come down here and just see if I could get people to talk. There's usually some Filipino guys up here at the store, and I'm really surprised that they aren't out today. So, I'm back at the 7. Let me just see what I got here. And people are looking at me, but they're so used to seeing people live stream. And I got my interview mic, so people are kind of like, I'm gonna see if I can get her to, hang on a second, I'm gonna see if I can get her to come out.有1分钟我开直播，我有1分钟告诉我那个早上的地震的感觉吗？
不行啊，我这边在上班，我不能穿着这个。
OK，
只有一个。
你会怕吗？
我还好哎。
还好哎。
对啊，我就在睡觉。
OK， 这种OK， they don't want to because they're sorry, they don't want to because it's just the way it is. So anyway, she said she's okay. Asked her, was she scared? She said, no, I'm okay. So some people just don't want to be in a live stream. That's okay. But so I'm gonna just put the camera on me until I can find somebody to talk with about it. So I think it's important that I not make people too uncomfortable about it. So I could, of course, just go over to the Jar Jar and sit on the off chance that somebody might want to come by. But I don't think that's going to happen. And I'm really surprised. I've been in this neighborhood for 18 years, right? And sorry about the anticlimactic response here, but this place has usually got a ton of guys over at the Jar Jar. I saw some Thai people over there, and my Thai is lacking sufficient skill to be able to interview them. But I asked them in Chinese, did they feel the earthquake and stuff? And they basically don't understand what I'm saying. So, yeah, this might end up being a deleted live stream. I can sit back here like this. Okay, so. Thing to do is maybe just sit here and see if people walk by, see if I can ask them. But Bud, yeah, we're live. In case you don't know, man, we're live. So, all right, I'm gonna cross the street, and okay, we've got people that are trying to turn, so I'm gonna go ahead and go across the street. Taiwan people are so used to seeing live streaming that I'm not even getting more than one look. I'm just getting one look, and then that's it. That's it. Nobody cares. So, over here in this area, I'm going to talk to some of these people if they'll talk to me. Oops, I got some sweat in my eye. It's very hot here. It's about, let me see, it's about 28, 29, but the humidity is over 90%. Taiwan is very, very humid, and it's just not very pretty today. So I'm going to go over here and see if I can ask them about the, so we'll go across the street and see what's going on. I'm going to hide my mic for a second, though. Hey, Dave, how's it going? All right, hang on a second. I want to see if I can find somebody to talk to. Hey, Win-Win. 我开直播。开直播？对对对，来，我先问你啊， 我问你那个，OK，早上的那个地震
地震
你看到吗？
有听到啊？
你睡觉的时候吗？So she was asleep when the I gotta move it. 看不到你。Okay, so she was asleep. So 你起床吗？
有其实
She got up. Okay, so 后来你睡不着吗？
还好。
还 OK,
还
so
也睡
现在会怕吗？
现在啊还不会啊，
不会吗
不会。
OK
你会不会怕？
不会
不。会。
我没有
因为
我没有
常常就洗碗这样子。
对，我没有这么聪明啊，我真的不在乎。OK，谢谢。OK, thank you. So what she said that it didn't bother her, and that she oh Uncle Bud 是他给你那个照片，是 Uncle Bud 来了，
哦，是
他
啊。
他说
Hello。
他说就是牛儿，他说牛儿你好。
你好。
That's good. So yeah, okay, Bud, thank you. 他说他在美国是台湾的，想睡觉。
我台湾
对
要睡觉了。
Yeah，有一个朋友你介绍 David 是我的朋友是加拿大的人，他在日本。
日本。
类似这隔壁的，很久，对。
很久了。
对。So I was telling her about that Dave was here before. So sorry.
拜拜。
看不出来。Okay, bye. Thank you. 谢谢. So basically what she said was she was asleep when it happened. And sorry, trying to get actor track here. She was asleep when the earthquake happened. And I asked her, did it get you out of bed? She said, yes. And then I said, and did you have trouble sleeping after that? Yes. And are you do you feel frightened? Are you scared now? She said, no. And then she asked me, am I frightened? And I said, no, I'm not that smart. So she's an old friend. I've known her for, 11, 12 years, something like that. So yeah, it was cool. Yeah. So, but I told her that, actually, Bud, I didn't say that you miss her. I actually missed that comment, but I said that you said, hi, young lady. Excuse me, I'm putting my water bottle back. So far we only had Win to talk to, one of the boss ladies. Now there's a place over here. I don't think he's open. I'm just gonna walk around the corner real quick. I don't think this place is open. We're gonna see. I gotta hold us back a little bit. It just gets kind of heavy. I got this big rig here, and yeah. Oh, I forgot to ask her if there's any damage. I don't think there is. All right. This place is open, but yeah. Yeah, nobody in there. Okay, so yeah, let's go down here and see if we can bother Xiaohui. I don't know. I may end up deleting this because there just isn't much content. There's nobody out. And the guys that are usually over here on Saturday, right? The Filipino guys, I was hoping I could interview them and talk about, how it is being in the dorm, and their conditions, aren't particularly good. A lot of them are in like bunks, racked. And I imagine it must have been pretty scary being on the top bunk, rocking and rolling. But anyway, we're going to see if we can find somebody to talk to. All right, so I'm just going to walk around, see what's going on. Hey, Niao. Yeah, so they're doing construction over here. I overheard there's a new building with apartments, and I overheard some ladies saying, oh, they've all been sold. Okay. So you build a building in this neighborhood, because there are some undeveloped lots, and I just don't want to live here anymore. I want to move, or else I'd consider this. But you can probably make 5 to 7 times your investment. All right. So Bud has got a swap fest in the morning. The swap fest is obviously a ham radio thing. All right, I don't think Xiaohui has any open time. I think she's still kind of busy, but I'm going to go down here and see. I see her husband's brother is outside taking a smoke break, so maybe so. I don't know. I don't know. But so far I have seen zero damage. And, you know, I've been scanning the buildings, but don't see anything. Let me go over here and see. Yeah, she is busy. So, yeah. I got a lot of stuff to do this afternoon and a lot of personal stuff, family stuff. And I wanted to come on this morning or like right at noon because this happened last night. And the problem is the timing is not so conducive for finding people like the Filipino guys necessarily. But all right, what I'm going to do is, they just finished this. This is a walkway. I'm going to sit out here on this chair, on this bench, and I'm going to see if anybody walks by. If nobody walks by, I'm going to shut down. But if people walk by, I'm going to ask them, hey, what about the earthquake? Did you notice it? Did you feel it? Okay, so let me do this. I'm going to put the tripod down so it's like, come on, there we go. This is actually a really nice tripod, and it's a decent rig to try to work. And I have the phone right beside it. Okay, I'm just going to sit here with my interview mic, and we can pretend I'm a big shot reporter. There's nobody around. So, yeah, that'll be the day. All right, anyway, I don't know why this also was not a very good time for, at least for North America, because Eastern time, it's only midnight 18, and so on the coast, it's going to be. Yeah, thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. I like being out, but it's just too bad that I can't find anybody, you know. Noise reduction helps, so I'll tell you that. I'm going to go back and listen to replay. I got to understand for myself. If you could hear when, and you could hear us talking when I had the mic, you know, between us. It's supposed to be omnidirectional, and it is, but I just wonder how, you know. You got to really be careful of the gain, and there's no compression, so there's no way to set the gain high and then have it automatically, you know, gain reduce if you get close to clipping or something. But all right. Yeah, some ladies over there, but they're walking the wrong way. Yeah. Doesn't want to make a peep. Hey, there's somebody that I know. He's actually a neighbor of mine, and I'm not sure I want to show him on camera, but I'm positive he felt the earthquake because he lives on the same area as me. I was awake this morning. I usually go to sleep kind of late or very early, and I happened to be awake. But there actually were two earthquakes that I felt this morning. One at 2:21, and I don't know when the other one was because I had fallen asleep, but it woke me up. There have been some notable earthquakes in my life, and one I'll never forget. My daughter was born at 6 a.m. on October 25th, 2012. I had been up all night. My wife went into labor. It was really long and protracted. It was terrible. And finally, my daughter Phoenix had to be born by a C-section because she failed to turn. Boy, I'm glad we live in this modern age. That would have been a disaster. But yeah, so she was born, you know, just after 6 a.m. So my poor wife was exhausted. She went to sleep. And so I stayed up for a little while, but I ended up going back to Ma's house and going to sleep. And this is in Kaohsiung in southern Taiwan. And I will never forget this because I was sound asleep. And the bed shook so violently that it rolled me over in bed. And I, at any given point in time, weigh between 115 and 118 or so kilograms. So a dead weight, okay, of, you know, let's say 118 kilograms. The bed shook and I rolled completely over. And it woke me up. There on the 10th floor, Ma's house is in a community and it's on the 10th floor. So you can imagine how much of a moment arm that would have been because the building is 12 floors. And being on the 10th floor, that thing rocked like a bad dream. And it got me out of bed. So that's why I'm asking people, did it get you out of bed? Because, you know, an earthquake like that would get you out of bed normally. And, yep, I'm sorry, this broadcast is a complete bust. Only got to talk to Wen, and everybody's, I don't know, they're not out. This is really crazy. I mean, I don't see anybody. There's nobody. And this is Taiwan, man. It's a place like where it's hard to find a place with nobody. But we're down, you know, I mean, we're in the industrial park and we're on the walkway, and there just isn't a single person. So, yeah. I mean, I love live streaming, but I do have, I mean, I'm gonna have to change the title and the thumbnail because it's a dramatic thumbnail, right? And we do have nonstop tremors. Since I have been out to broadcast, there have been other tremors. This live stream might end up being evidence for speeding. Yeah, there have been a number of tremors, and there have been some that have been over magnitude 5, and almost all of them are over magnitude 4. I have my notifications on my weather app, Taiwan weather app, set to not bother me for anything under 4. Well, thank you, I appreciate it. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, I enjoy just chatting too. It's a lot of fun talking with you guys. But now I'm feeling kind of silly holding this interview mic like this out here because I'm not actually interviewing somebody. And of course I can take it off because what it is this is just a handle. And this is going to make a little noise. This is a windscreen. But the mic clips on this holder, see? It's actually a brilliant system. And this actually was from another microphone system called Relicart, which I still have. That's the one that I used when I live streamed from my phone before I got the DJI mic 2. So, okay, so I see what you're saying. So it would just be an extra, okay. Well, we did talk with Wen, which is okay. And if I sit out here and I yak for another 20 minutes, maybe Xiaohui would be open to that. Hang on, we're gonna. This makes a nice interview handle, and it'll fit just about any of those mics because it has a regular cold shoe mount. So any of those mics that have a cold shoe, there is an ant, man. It's crawling on the DJI Pocket 3 gimbal. Come on, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. So the like the Relicart or the Rode or any of those, even the mic 2 or the mic 1, because they have the belt clip or the lapel clip, collar clip is the width of the cold shoe on purpose, and so this fits the cold shoe devices. Anyway, yeah, I haven't used the Relicart in quite some time because the Relicart doesn't have a native connector. It uses a cable, and I always have to use a dongle, and it's kind of a pain in the neck. See, with my previous phone that I used to use, the Xiaomi 9T Pro, had an actual microphone or, you know, earphone 3.5 millimeter jack, and all the phones now, they don't have jacks. So yeah, that kind of, you know, made things a little more difficult. But the mic 2 has a dongle, and it's designed to fit right up against the phone. So that's why when I'm using Prism Live Studio now, I'm not using the Relicart mic at all. I'm using, you know, like the the Mic 3. And this is the Mic 3 that came with the Creator combo for the Pocket 3. The Mic 2. What did I say? Mic 3? So we also had a presidential alert. That's what they call them. Whenever, excuse me, China or North Korea, I don't think I'm going to get in trouble saying these countries because that's what they're doing. When they fire a missile that looks like it might overfly Taiwan, even if it's just, I mean, I'm not talking about a weapon. I mean, like a rocket to send a satellite into orbit. If it overflies Taiwan, because, you know, these things sometimes fail. What, you know, if you just, okay, we're gonna launch to orbit. Okay, that's great, that's fine. But if it doesn't make it to orbit, it's gonna come back down. So we'll get a presidential alert, and the phone will make that disgusting beep that we've all heard before. You know, the National Weather Service in the United States uses that. Around the world, it is an international emergency tone, and you know, you don't want to hear that tone. And in Taiwan, we have a very comprehensive earthquake warning system, but the problem is no matter what, the warning doesn't go out until the earthquake is detected. And we're talking about the propagation time of a seismic wave through, you know, crust, right? Is quite fast. So people at or near the epicenter, they get this much warning. But nevertheless, the alert goes out, and people who are farthest away get the most warning. And you can get up to a couple of seconds, but it's just time to go, oh, and then the expletive of your choice, and then it happens. So one particularly noteworthy time that this happened was my family was in Elon, at the hot springs area. You know, you guys have seen me live stream from there. We're talking about like the Jiaoxi area, which I love. I'd love to live there for the hot springs, but my wife says no because of the earthquakes. And she's not wrong. I'm just not as afraid of them as she is. All the modern houses, I mean, let's face facts. The 1999 Gigi earthquake killed over 2,000 people, and this last one didn't even kill 20. I'm not minimizing, I'm just saying, relative, it was a tremendous difference, orders of magnitude. So, modern buildings, you know, Taiwan really up to their, you know, their building standards and so forth. So that makes a huge difference. But the noteworthy event that I'm talking about is we were in our hotel in Jiaoxi, and we were probably like on the 7th floor. And it was a, as I recall, it was a Friday night. And we heard that bong, and then within a second, the building started going like this. And it's really something when you're looking out the window. See, it's kind of like with the gimbal where it's locked on the person's face like this, but you see you see it going like this in the background. That's exactly what happens. That's almost exactly what it's like with an earthquake. It's really bizarre. It's a bizarre motion. And when you're looking out the window and you see the square frame of the window, and the window, because you are in the building, you're moving with the window, and outside the background is going crazy. That is just, yeah, scary stuff. And the one that we had in Elon, it wasn't that short. When you have these kind of emergencies, I mean, if somebody were to hold your head underwater, 10 seconds would be an eternity, you know, and 30 seconds is almost impossible for people to imagine because it's really not that long, and most people can hold their breath for 30 seconds. But when you're being held underwater, and it's the same kind of compelling feeling, because when the very firmament, the ground underneath you is moving, and that's the problem. Where do you go? You turn on your jetpack. I mean, you press the button in your anti-gravity, belt, lifts you off the ground. Don't we wish? But no, and you see people, and I mean, those poor people that we saw in videos from Japan, they just lay on the ground because they're going to fall if they don't. And I have never been in an earthquake that was that bad where I was going to fall. But the one in Elon, we were sitting down and I had to like put my hand down on the the arm of the chair to make sure that I was steady. We've been in a number of places where all of a sudden things have made us feel off balance. But I've talked about this before. Once you're in that situation, like recently here, I'm gonna turn this tracking off for now because it's kind of annoying. Once you get that way, right? Hey Matthew, fist bump, good to see you, bro. Once you start feeling earthquakes, right, you can't stop feeling them even if they're not there. You fool yourself. It's really funny because a lot of the motions that we experience day to day are very similar because it's an oscillation, right? It has to do with wavelengths of objects. And if you slide in your chair, it'll go like this, right? A little bit. And normally you don't even notice that. But when you have been sensitized to earthquakes, you're like, oh, it's another earthquake. And I can't tell you how many times, every day now, for the last several weeks, I've freaked myself out. I mean, not really, but I'm just saying I've psyched myself out thinking it was an earthquake, when in fact it was just me moving in the chair, in the sofa and turn. Is that an earthquake? No, it's just my fat settling down. I don't know. Just, structure of the sofa, the chair, or whatever. It's really bizarre though if you're in the car. I was sitting in my car parked and the car started rocking so bad I thought one of my friends that I knew had come up behind the car and started shaking it. And then I realized when I looked all around, there was nobody there. My wife's in the house and I came outside. I said, did you feel the earthquake? She was like, yes. But I've never, to my knowledge, I've had people call me on the phone. I was in a taxi once and they said, did you feel the earthquake? I go, no, I'm in a taxi. And they didn't know I was in the taxi. They thought I was at home. Because you're on the road, you got all kinds of bumps and G-forces and things that can mask it. But some of the earthquake videos that had come out after April 3rd, it showed a highway where the dash cam in the car was going like that. It looked like an FPV drone. So it is possible. You just have to have a really, really big one. But the magnitude 2 or 3 on Taiwan scale. Taiwan scale is a little bit different than the one used in the United States and Europe. It's the one that they use in Japan, actually. If you ask me, that's the one the world should be using because that's where the world's experts are, if you ask me. But once you get up in the 5 and 6, magnitude range, and maybe a little bit less than that, I'm not an expert, but you can start to feel it in the car when you're driving. But man. Anyway, yep, they're driving on here already. They're not supposed to be riding their motorcycles on this. Oh, you know what this guy did? He knows it. He saw me here with my microphone and my camera, and he rode down. It's a green. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, okay? Because I'm sick of this. All right, look. First of all, let me show you this. I'm so sick of this. I've actually yelled at people. I've yelled at people, can you read Chinese? And it annoys them because, of course, they can read Chinese. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys, what does this say? First of all, the first language is Chinese. On the left, it says motor scooters prohibited. On the right, it says electric scooters prohibited. So in English, motorcycles prohibited, electric bicycles prohibited. Below that is Vietnamese. Below that is Indonesian. Below that is Thai. And below that is more Chinese and English. Those who violate traffic regulations should be punished. Hukou Township Office, and it says Chinese, English, Vietnamese, Indonesian, and Thai. So there's no excuse for these people not to be able to understand what's going on, which means Okay, they put these barriers here because idiots would drive their cars on this. This is what we call a zhou dao, a walkway in Chinese. This is a sidewalk, man, not a road, and people were driving down here. I used to call this the Vietnam Highway because of all the electric scooters running up and down here. Phoenix, my daughter, would try to come back here and just play jump rope or something. We couldn't do it. I would have to stand out here and get like almost physical with these morons that would, you know, they would come ridiculously close to my daughter playing. I'd be like, hey, what are you doing, man? Now this here is just a little opening in a hedge. And if you'll notice, a long time ago, somebody had put a concrete ramp there. That just invites trouble. But this is painted green. Green in Taiwan means pedestrian. And so this, I don't know if he's a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon or whoever he is, but he came from this direction, okay, this way, down here. 这里是州道，知道吗？不行啊，知道吗？你看那个颜色，颜色什么？你不在乎啊？看不懂中文哈？ See, this is what I'm talking about, man. What I said to her is, I said, this is a walkway. I said, you see this color? This is a walkway, but you don't care, do you? And then I yelled at her, you can't read Chinese. Didn't do any good at all. These people don't care. And so about 3 weeks ago, I had a conversation with the guy from Hukou Township who's responsible for this area, and he got that thing redone because there's a problem with the drainage and it was backed up. So he had them cut. That's why they repainted it. But people just, they don't care, man. Maybe I'll cut a clip out of this and send it to him. They don't care. They're scofflaws. And the problem is, why do I care? I care because my house is over here and my daughter can't play back here. And all day and all night, it's zoom, 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 right? And the other thing that bothers me is I go to pull my car out of the space and there's always some moron, let's call them what they are, coming from the other way on a motor scooter to come down this illegal path. They're not supposed to, and they hug my house on the left side of the road. We drive on the right side of the road in Taiwan. So they come around on the wrong side of the road and almost hit me every time. Every time I pull out, I'm expecting some moron to come around on the wrong side of the road and hit me. And of course, they'll blame me because I'm a foreigner, and their family will try to blame me. But, you know, I got video evidence because I have front and rear cameras that automatically start recording as soon as my engine is on. So, yep, Vietnam Highway, that's what I call it. Exactly. That's just how it is. There's no getting around it. Seems to me like... 不要谢谢。不要谢谢。So anyway, what was I going to say? So the latency seems like it might be as high as 2 minutes. I have normal latency on, not ultra low latency. Maybe I should try that, but I don't think ultra low latency works very well because we don't even use it with Prism Live Studio. I don't use normal, I use low. There's normal, low, and ultra low. And right now I have it set on low, but it still seems to be pretty high. Here's what we can do. Let me do this. Open stopwatch. Let's see if this will work. Stopwatch. Come on, Siri. So where is it? I don't know. Okay, so is there actually? Yeah, here's a stopwatch. Let's do this. What I'm going to do, guys, let's do a latency test, see what happens. So prepare a number, you know, like number 1, put it in the chat box, but don't press send yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a 5 count. I'm going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send. So we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send. Let's try that, okay, and see what happens. Ready? Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send. Okay. Now, see, a woman just walked down here, right? Because this is a walkway. But I can't stand that, man. And people throw all kinds of garbage. Okay, that's good. That's good. We're talking like, guys, we're talking like 15 seconds. Okay, excellent. 15 seconds. All right. Yeah, not bad. I actually wasn't watching. Okay. So right now it's 30 seconds. So yeah. That was good. Okay, so we don't have much latency at all. That's really good. Excellent. So I don't know. Do you think I'm wrong confronting people like that because they're being scofflaws, you know? And I mean, I didn't showdown on the Vietnam Highway. I like that. You know what? I should get my Clint Eastwood poncho and that hat. I should just stand out here and just go. Should get like I can I can actually put my Bluetooth speaker out there where nobody can see it. Every time they come up, I can go woo and lift my poncho up like, you know, my gun hand is visible. That'd be hilarious. Of course, Taiwanese people, they escalate stuff. So they would be like, okay, what are you going to do? You're going to shoot? You're going to talk? So, but yeah, that would be funny. Showdown on the Vietnam Highway. Probably get a lot more views, huh? Yeah. So we're not into views like that, but that would be epic. I could sit out here, right? I could sit out here with this microphone and just have the Pocket 3 pointed in, you know, like at the thing here, and when people go on there, either direction, I could yell at them, you know, hey, can't you read Chinese, and see what happens. And then if they say anything, I can say, okay, tell your side of the story, and I could wear my poncho and my hat. That'd be hilarious. Showdown on the Zodao. Yeah. But actually, you know, the expats in Taiwan, we have come to a stark realization, and that is if you want something done in Taiwan, you have to embarrass the government on Facebook. And so making, you know, not live, right, but making a video, just standing out here all day and just doing excerpts, you know, just doing, you know, clips. So oh my gosh. People don't know about that yet. But yeah, that would be funny. I actually had an idea to incorporate that outfit into that movie. Going undercover. Yeah, I know how to dress undercover. Don't worry about it. But yeah, just having, you know, jump clips, right? You know, zoom, and things that I say and so forth. But yeah, but that gentleman, Mr. Lin, who is in charge of this neighborhood, this village actually, and there's village masters down the street. I have his line, and I can send him messages. And so what I'm going to do, and I am going to do this, I'm going to send him some suggestions, because the parks have the same problem. The motor scooters try to cut through the parks. And so what they've done is, see, I asked him, could he put those bars? You've probably seen them in Taiwan. They're basically stainless steel bars, you know, big, like maybe this large diameter, right? Stainless steel. And they plug into sockets in the ground, and they're locked. And so they can be unlocked. Like if you had to put like a small excavator through here or something like that, you'd want to be able to take those out. And so as long as the town can do that. But he said the reason they want to do that is because old people might, or infirm people might have trouble walking, or they might be a wheelchair, right? But there's no wheelchair people out here. It doesn't mean that there won't be, but I know what he's saying. But in the parks, what they do is they'll put barriers and they'll stagger them like this. You know, so you can't go all the way through. You have to go around, and they've got them tight enough that a wheelchair can turn perfectly, but a scooter is very difficult, and so the scooters don't bother because it's too much trouble. I can bring my bike there because I can just pick my bike up and turn it, right? But you can't really pick a scooter up that easily. It's kind of heavy, and so if you're not strong enough, or it's just too much trouble, so people don't do that. there are other ways to do it too. Like at my wife's parents' house, that community, they have a ramp. They got stairs, but they have a ramp. And they don't want people riding their scooters up on the ramp. So they put one of those wheelchair entrances, you know, the kind of, you know, it's got the stainless steel sides on it that block handlebars, but then it's open enough in the bottom that you can get a wheelchair through, because the wheelchair wheel height and the armrest height of the wheelchair is significantly lower than that of the handlebars of a scooter. So they can't get the handlebars through. So what I'm going to do is, and I already have this planned out, I'm going to take a high resolution photo of this gate over here, and I'm going to basically Photoshop one of those handicap entrance gates onto it so he can get an idea for, you know, the concept. The other thing I'm going to do is take some pictures of the park over there that has that staggered gate and just suggest, listen, you know, wheelchair people negotiate these all the time. So we need to stop this. And I do have this live stream of that woman. I was just standing there, right? And I was just standing there, and she did it anyway. And I was yelling at her, not yelling at her, but I said, hey, you know, this is a walkway. You see this color? What does this color mean? And she just didn't care, you know. They just don't care. So it needs to stop. And yeah, certainly there are other more important and more pressing things. But let me show you this. Okay, so this is why we have to be careful right here. See this lady? She's walking down here with her cart. See, so that's why we have to be careful. Okay, because hey, 你好, this is Miss Lin. 你好. Yeah. 现在我开直播。哎，那个地震你看到吗？那你起床吗？ Yeah, you got up. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so I asked her, did she feel the earthquake? And Taihao. Okay, bye-bye. Miss Lin can't speak. You guys have probably seen her before at Jar Jar store. She had a problem with her throat, and she had an operation at the hospital. And when she woke up, she couldn't speak. It was an unsuccessful. Yes, exactly. It was an unsuccessful operation. It's terrible. And so I've been here a long time, and I don't know when that operation happened, but it was years and years ago. So, but I can understand a lot of what she says. So I asked her, did you feel the earthquake? She said, yeah. And I said, did it get you out of bed? And she was like, yeah. And then she motioned she's got to go. But she was pointing at the, excuse me, she was pointing at the recycled stuff, because she collects recycled stuff and brings, at the end of this neighborhood is a recycling center. Excuse me. So she goes down there and gets a little money for that, like not much. We're talking about $3, $4 at the most. And what she's doing now, I don't want to embarrass her, but there's a recycling bin on the side of this building that this company put there for their own use, and they put it there so the local people can come by and grab the recycled stuff and sell it. I think it's really nice. So that's what she's doing. She's looking through and seeing what she wants. So, yeah, her name is Lin, L-I-N. And Lin is an interesting family name because it's comprised of the word for wood that's doubled together. It means woods. You know, like we're going to the woods. They call it Senlin in Chinese. So, but yeah, that's why we have to worry about this. And this Lin is, I think she said she's 78, 76. Yeah, all she needs is one of these idiots to mow her down in a scooter. And the other thing too is there's another element here, and I'm going to say it. A lot of people don't like me to talk about this, but some of the worst offenders are migrant workers, and migrant workers are one of those groups of people that everybody feels sorry for because they're exploited. Yes, they are. I'm sorry, they are. But they also break a lot of rules. They break a lot of laws. I actually don't associate with people that break laws because it's not what I do. I don't sit at the table of unrighteousness. And so I met a Filipino guy, and he's a guitar player, and I helped him set up his guitar. I gave him some new strings and stuff, and I was going to meet him one day, and he shows up on a gas-powered scooter. I'm like, wow, how'd you do that? Gas-powered scooter is licensed. He can't buy a scooter and license it. He doesn't have a driver's license. And I asked him, you have a driver's license? And he said no, and he made up some excuse, so I'm going to get one and all this stuff. And I said, well, why do you come to my country and break the laws? And he didn't know what to say. And so he started with it. He started with the old, oh, you don't know me. I go, well, I know you don't respect the law, so I'm not going to hang out with you. And a lot of them ride with, if you don't believe me, we can take a walk anytime. They ride, two on a scooter, which is illegal. They'll ride with no helmet, which is illegal. And they're often doing stupid stuff, riding on here or the wrong side of the road. In fact, I have video because I was out one day with my Insta360 on the selfie stick. I was doing an over and under, and I never published it because the content sucked. But I was out doing, you know how it is. You film a bunch of stuff, and maybe 10-20% of it at the most is useful, right? Well, I was out filming, and I saw a girl riding on the sidewalk. This is down there. So this sidewalk goes for several kilometers, and I was on the next two streets over, getting a tea, and on the corner were the cops. And as she was riding this way towards the cops on this, here's another one. There's another one. And now he can't get out. Yeah, because they blocked. So what's he doing? Oh, he's riding all the way up the sidewalk. Because what an idiot! He's riding. Hopefully that will inconvenience him. They move these blocks so they can't get through, and he has to go all the way up the sidewalk and find a spot to go down, or he's got to take his scooter over the curb. And the curb's about this high. Should have went down here, dude. So she is headed on the sidewalk towards the cops, and as soon as she saw the cops, and I've got this on video because I was videoing myself, but it's a 360, she pulls over, gets off the scooter, parks the scooter, and sits on the bench. There's a bench just like this every so often, and that she sat on the bench and took her helmet off and took out her phone and pretended to be previously engaged and occupied. And I gotta tell you, I regret that I didn't. I had thought about going up beside her and saying, so what are you doing? And she'd be all innocent. I saw you riding on the scooter and you parked because you saw the cops. I should have done it. But if it was a man, I probably would have. But I think a woman, I might have scared her, like, what are you going to do? So I don't like scaring people. If there was a man, I probably would have done it. But anyway. I don't like to even accidentally or inadvertently scare people. I scare my wife all the time because when I walk silently, you shot so well. Sorry, I got to stomp my feet. Sometimes I purposely stomp my feet. I come down the stairs or something. All right, enough of that. So does this make me a bad person? There is a growing group of people that are emerging that would say yes. Because apparently they believe you can do anything you want. This is my favorite water bottle, and it is reaching end of life. And the problem is I can't find another one. I can't find this brand. And I'm gonna have to probably order it overseas. But yeah, I like it because of the flip top, and it's really convenient. Bud, take care. This bump. Be sure and post anything you get at the swap meet. I haven't been to one of those in a long time. AKA a ham fest. I haven't been to one of those, since I lived in the States, because they don't have them here. I did go to a ham radio club, though, in Taiwan. They made me an honorary member. They gave me a hat. I don't know if you guys have seen my Taiwan Amateur Radio Club hat. It's pretty cool. I haven't worn that for a while. It's a ball cap. I don't like ball caps because they're designed to blow off, when you're running, so you can see the ball. But I should wear it sometime. Maybe I can wear it for a live stream. All right, look, this weekend is our 17th anniversary, which officially makes this the longest marriage I've ever been in. Bad as that sounds. So I'm not going anywhere except with my family. We're going to go to the movies. We're going to go to a really, really nice yakiniku, which is a barbecue place tonight. And tomorrow morning, we're going to enjoy the day. But, oh, is there a tornado watch in Texas? Holy cow, yeah. Be careful about that, huh? Man, oh man. But what I was going to say is there's a lot of rain. I can't do any astronomy. I can't do any astronomy content. But I am going to go to the decathlon. I need a new pair of really nice hiking shoes. I'm going to get another hiking pole and a new backpack to carry water and things. But I'm going to be doing more of this trail excursion. I did a non-live video. I did a recorded video. I posted it last week. I think it was last week, yeah. About walking the Renhe and Jingxi trails. But I had an idea because I want to get a little bivvy, and there are a number of YouTubers that do content on urban camping, and they're always trying to be stealthy and stuff because if they get caught, they get in trouble, which I don't understand. So in Taiwan, you can camp pretty much wherever you want. So I am considering doing that. That's going to these trails, tying a hammock between a couple of trees and camping there. Or even in my neighborhood, like along here or something like that, or over by the industrial park, entrance. So really, oh man, well, tornadoes, man. Whew. I never saw a land tornado. You know, I've seen water spouts when I was in Cayman. Water spouts are, they're beautiful, but they're just unbelievable. In Ohio, yes. But you were saying watch out for those tornadoes. So you were saying to Uncle Bud. So, but yeah, so but you got them in, Ohio too. Well, yeah, please be careful. You don't have a storm cellar, do you? Depending on where you live, that might be a good investment, but Ohio's not part of, Tornado Alley. But yeah, basement, okay. There you go. That's what you do. But Food Panda, man. Going up over there. I just gotta forget about it. It's gonna drive me nuts. Excuse me. But in 1999, I was in Tennessee in a little suburb outside of Jackson, Tennessee, which is, an eastern part of Tennessee. Excuse me. And, or is it? No, it's in western part. It's not too far from Memphis, actually. Anyway, long story short, place I was staying, we got hammered with hail. And I went outside and I picked up a piece of it. And now I was trained, I'm a ham radio operator, and so I was trained in the U.S. National Weather Service Skywarn system, right? They trained us on how to identify, different types of weather systems and, gauge hail size and all that. And I said, this is not good. This is bad. And that was a Friday night. And on Monday morning, I left that area to go back to another area. And I drove through Jackson, Mississippi, and it was largely destroyed. Jackson, Tennessee. Jackson, Tennessee, largely destroyed, 1999. I had been sitting in a restaurant on Friday night eating, and it was gone. Monday morning, it was gone. I looked at the corner I was sitting, didn't exist. There was an apartment building. I never saw anything like it. There was an apartment building, and really, wow. So you said that you've had 3 tornadoes come close to you on 3 different occasions already this year. That's this year. And I don't think the season's, I mean, it's just getting started, right? I mean, you guys, it goes through to like September, October, doesn't it? I think it's kind of like the typhoon season. It's at least 6, or 7 months worth of duration anyway, I think. Please correct me if I'm mistaken about that. But this one apartment complex is fairly large, and it looked like a giant had come along and just lifted the roof off and set it down next to it. And, oh, that hurts my ears. And not too gently or not too carefully either. So that was, that was that. A row of, you know what? I do have these pictures. They're very low resolution because I took them with a camera of that era. This was 1999. I had a Casio QV10 in 1998. So really, flooding. My gosh, spring is kind of more active. Okay, it's been extremely active. Yeah, well, that's not good. Sorry to hear, and especially the flooding, because if you're in the basement, you don't want to be in the basement when water starts rushing in. Oh boy, I can't imagine how scary that must be. So you're in the basement because of the tornadoes, but then you're in the attic because of the flooding. Wow. But one of the things that got me, and I'll have to review these photos and see if they're good enough to show using Prism Live Studio, because they are really low res. They're probably okay, but was the row of utility poles that were all snapped at right angles, a whole bunch of them just snapped at right angles, and that was freaky driving through there and seeing that. I used to have that newspaper though, and I don't have it anymore, but I have a low resolution picture of the front of the newspaper. Let me see. The thing is, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. I enjoy live streaming now with the Pocket 3 so much because of its convenience that I just don't even, I'm not using Prism Live Studio all that much. Let me turn down this. I'm burning up my screen. I'm burning up my battery. Yeah, I don't need the screen that high. And so, yeah, yeah, that's what it is. Well, that's good. Oh, you live high up on a hill. Okay. Yeah, excellent. See, I'm on a plateau here too. This level ground where we're at is 90 meters above sea level. Now, if I go on the roof, I can show you the thanks. Weird live stream time. Yeah, it's because I'm trying to catch people to talk about the earthquake we had, but I can't. I've only talked to like 2 people. Actually, now might be a good time because it's after 1. It might be a good time to go talk to Xiaohui, see what she says. But anyway, so I'm being honest with you. I haven't used Prism Live Studio too much because I'm having so much fun with the Pocket 3. It's a really cool camera. It looks great. It's got face tracking and it's microphone capability stuff. So I can't use this microphone with Bluetooth. I have to use the big dongle, which is okay. It works all right. But I guess I need to do a Prism Live Studio and talk about that. I could show the earthquake stuff. The tornado stuff. So anyway, how you doing, Mike? Fist bump to you. Let's go see if we can talk with Xiaohui, okay? I'm gonna keep the camera on me, and I'm gonna turn the face tracking on. Keep the camera on me, and we'll go over here and see if we can talk to Xiaohui about the earthquake before I sign off, because it's getting late and I gotta get ready to go pretty soon. All right. Gotta shave my scruffy face. Shaved it yesterday, but I gotta have a clean shaven face. Okay, so here we go. I'll walk right over here towards Xiaohui's and see if she has time. I might leave the camera outside just for a second while I go in and talk with her, okay? Because if she's not disposed at the time, yeah, you get what I'm saying. All right, here we go. It's right over here. I'm gonna see if she's. All right, let me do this. I'm gonna pop this like this, and put this up, and hopefully the wind doesn't blow this thing over. All right, so I got my mic. Let me just pop my head in here and see. I think we're okay. Oh, there she is right there. 小慧，你好，有空吗？ Okay, here we go. Hey. 什么？不会啊。我有，谢谢。我的听众都知道你啊。This is my old friends. 我的老朋友小慧，是你在哪里？
Hello，
在哪里 ？Hello，
你好。
So 请问你们就是今天早上那个地震感到了吗？
有感觉到。
Okay, so they did feel it. So 你起床吗？
还没起床，被震醒了。
Okay, so it woke her up, but it didn't get her out of bed. Okay, so 对一样啊。现在你会怕吗？
会怕。
Okay, so
讲真的会怕。
Okay, so
会怕。
so they are a little bit frightened of it. So 我要问你，你们有那个破坏吗？就是地震的破坏吗？这边坏掉了。
没有坏。
Okay, so there's no earthquake damage. So okay,
是。
太好，因为就是这边的盆地，很远哦。
是。
对。So 应该这边没问题。
对。
就是
花莲比较严重。
吓死我们。对，花莲有，就是
花莲很严重。
对。
我今年花莲好严重。
对，就是
他们说下次会再加一。
对。对。
他说会有8.9。
Yeah, she's talking about another place called Jai that is down south. Yeah, so and they're saying that in Hualien is where all the danger is because it's where they have the high magnitude. Yeah, 就是在花莲这么高，真的是高。
它比较高山。
Yeah， 就是6到7，这边我们看到就是3号。
3级，
没有这么高。
是。
OK， 谢谢你。
不客气。
谢谢。OK，
谢谢，拜拜。
Bye. See you guys. That was pretty cool. So yeah, that was what it was. As we're saying now, I actually forgot the measure word for the magnitude, but yeah. So they're saying, around here it's only like magnitude 3, maybe 4 at the most, but over there in Hualien they're getting like 6 up to 7. Well, at the epicenter, it's 6 or 7, but they're still getting like 5. And all those news reports that you see, the buildings that are falling down and so forth, they're just really 5 and between 5 and 6. So, but that's an old part of Taiwan. This part of Taiwan is fairly old too, but like my house was built after the big earthquake in 1999, and so it has the more updated building codes, and that's what's most important. But I think what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, let me put my, there you go, my tripod back up. I'm going to sign off because I got to get ready to go. I'm going to go enjoy today with my family. You guys take care. I'm going to go to the other app and I'm going to disconnect here and see if I can end the live stream from here without actually having to go to the YouTube studio. So. All right, we've been on the air for 1 hour and 8 minutes, so I want to thank everyone for joining, and we'll see you next time. And maybe I'll be on tomorrow night, not sure. And I'm going to have to go through my photo archive, see if I can find those tornado pictures I was talking about. And I know I've been promising to do some of those things lately, but I've just been pretty busy. The truth is I'm actually feeling a lot better. I'm trying to get more work done and catch up for like 3 or 4 months that I was sick. You guys take care, and we'll see you next time on The Real Taiwan and the bye-bye. Okay, this transmission ends now.